Welcome back, students. Today we are going to discuss about a very important topic of fluid mechanics, which is a boundary layer theory. Boundary layer theory is the basic interaction of any solid surface with a flowing fluid. कोई भी freely flowing fluid का interaction with a solid surface उसको हम define करते हैं by boundary layer theory. For suppose you have a free stream, this kind of a free stream you have, and in this free stream the layers that or I should say the different layers of the flowing fluid, the relative velocity of different layers, the relative velocity of different layers of the flowing fluid is zero. Each and every layer of the flowing fluid is moving with a velocity which is known as u infinity, which is also called free stream velocity. Okay, we have a fluid in which the relative velocity between the two layers is zero, and the velocity of each and every layer is free stream velocity, and they are moving with the same velocity. The interaction of this free stream flowing fluid with any solid body का interaction is governed by boundary layer theory. Means ये जो flowing fluid की layers है, जब इससे collide करके किस तरीके से interact करेगी, how these velocity of the flowing fluid will going to change in the transverse direction of the body के perpendicular direction, which is the transverse direction. इस perpendicular direction में what will be the velocity profile, उन सब के बारे में information हमको boundary layer theory से मिलती है. Boundary layer theory is also important to design the aerofoil profile for jets और एरोप्लेन्स का जो मूवमेंट होता है, the movement of the aeroplane is strictly governed by the interaction between the free flowing fluid or air with the solid boundary of an airplane. So least resistance किस तरीके से मिले in the movement of an aeroplane is governed by boundary layer theory. So it is a very important topic of fluid mechanics and it is quite conceptual topic. तो प्रिसाइजली कुछ डिटेल्स याद रखते चलेंगे और किस तरीके से वो डिटेल्स आपस में रिलेटेड हैं उन सब के बारे में भी हम इंफॉर्मेशन रखेंगे. ओके, सो हियर इज अ सिचुएशन. In this situation, you have a free flowing fluid in which the relative velocity between the two different layers is zero, and each layer is flowing with a velocity known as u infinity, जिसको मैंने अभी थोड़ी देर पहले बताया. It is known as free stream velocity. Fluid is flowing with free stream velocity u infinity. वी हैव अ सॉलिड प्लेट. ये ब्लैक से कलर का जो आप देख पा रहे हैं, वी हैव अ सॉलिड फ्लैट प्लेट. इट कैन बी द सॉलिड बाउंड्री ऑफ एनी बॉडी, बट जस्ट इन केस फॉर आर कैलकुलेशन पर्पस, अभी के एनालिसिस के लिए वी हैव केप्ट अ वेरी सिंपल situation in which we have a flat solid plate, and the velocity of this flat solid plate is zero. The velocity of this flat solid plate is zero. When this free stream velocity comes in contact with this solid plate, this free stream flowing fluid will going to have some resisting force. इस प्लेट की वजह से some viscous force or I should say some frictional force will be acting over this flowing fluid. Due to this frictional force that will be acting over this flowing fluid, a velocity gradient will going to set up in this fashion. Consider a section 1-1. Say this is section 1-1, this is section 1-1. In section 1-1, the bottommost lowest layer, which is in direct contact with the solid surface, in order to fulfill the no slip condition, the velocity, or I should say the relative velocity of this lowest layer of the flowing fluid and the relative velocity between the lowest layer of the flowing fluid and the solid body it needs to be zero, for which the velocity of this lowest layer must be equal to the velocity of this solid body or the surface of the solid body. In this case, the velocity of this surface is zero. Therefore, the velocity of this lowest layer comes out to be zero. Consider section 1.1. Due to the propagation of this resisting force in the transverse direction, this is the transverse direction which is in perpendicular to the surface. Due to propagation of this resisting force in the transverse direction by the means of viscous forces, a velocity gradient is set up, and now the velocity starts increasing as we move up in the transverse direction. The point at which the velocity of the flowing fluid equals to the 99.99 times of u infinity. This point is known as, and if you connect all such points जहां पे velocity of the flowing fluid is approximately equals to 0.99 times of free stream velocity, और ऐसे सारे पॉइंट्स को अगर आप कनेक्ट कर देते हैं, you will going to obtain a plot, and this plot is known as boundary layer. ये जो रेड से मैंने बनाया, this is the boundary layer. तो बाउंड्री लेयर के हर पॉइंट पे, एट एवरी डिफरेंट पॉइंट्स ऑफ द बाउंड्री लेयर से, दीज आर द डिफरेंट पॉइंट्स ऑन द बाउंड्री लेयर, ये क्या बताएंगे? दीज आर द पॉइंट्स एट विच द वेलोसिटी इक्वल्स टू द 0.99 टाइम्स ऑफ फ्री स्ट्रीम वेलोसिटी. और आप देख पा रहे हैं कि द वेलोसिटी एट द सरफेस ड्यू टू नो स्लिप कंडीशन, द वेलोसिटी ऑफ द फ्लोइंग फ्लूइड एट द सरफेस, contact surface is zero, and a velocity gradient is set up, due to which we have seen increase in velocity because of reducing viscous force in transverse direction. Okay, if you connect all such points, then we obtain a curve which is known as boundary layer. Up inside this boundary layer in this region, if we come inside the boundary layer in this region, inside the boundary layer, viscous force will going to dominate, and due to this dominating viscous force, we see this velocity gradient. Above this boundary layer in this region, there are no viscous or resisting forces, due to which the velocity of the flowing fluid remains to be constant, and it equals to u infinity. इन द रीजन अबव बाउंड्री लेयर, ये जो रीजन है जो बाउंड्री लेयर के ऊपर है, इट इज नोन एज इनविसिड रीजन. इनविसिड रीजन, एंड दिस इज अ रीजन वेयर देयर आर नो विस्कस फोर्सेस. विस्कस फोर्सेस, नो विस्कस फोर्सेस. And due to this no viscous forces, the velocity remains to be constant in this inviscid region. This region, which is below the boundary layer, is known as boundary region, and we see the existence of viscous forces in this boundary region. Due to existence of this viscous force in the boundary region, velocity gradient exists. Velocity gradient exists, due to which shear stress tau exists, because by Newton's law we know that shear stress tau is equals to mu times du upon dy. Okay, so up till this point we have seen 3 points. First is the all the points at which the velocity of the flowing fluid equals to the 0.99 times of free stream velocity gives us the boundary layer. The region below the boundary layer is known as the boundary region, and in boundary region, velocity gradient will going to exist because of the viscous forces, and due to this velocity gradient, shear stress will going to exist in this region. The region above the boundary layer is known as inviscid region, and there are no viscous forces existing in that region, due to which the velocity of the flowing fluid is constant, which is equal to the free stream velocity, that is u infinity. The layer which is in direct contact with the surface, the relative velocity of that layer with respect to surface needs to be zero. So if the velocity of the of that solid surface is zero, then the velocity of that I should say, fluid layer which is in contact, it needs to be 0. If we see the shear stress is maximum at the walls, and due to this maximum shear stress, the velocity at the walls needs to be 0. और ये हम न्यूटन्स लॉ में देख चुके हैं, द shear stress tau naught is equals to mu times du upon dy, and at walls tau is maximum. Okay, moving on. इसी बाउंड्री लेयर को मैंने कुछ पॉइंट्स में समराइज कर दिया है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, we have a real fluid flowing over the surface. Real fluid is flowing over a solid body. Velocity of fluid particles which are just in contact with the surface have the same velocity as that of the surface, satisfying no slip condition. कहना मैं ये चाहता हूं कि if you have this solid surface, then the layer which is just in contact with this surface, इस surface के just ऊपर वाली जो layer है, the relative velocity of these two layers, एक ये, this is the fluid layer and this is the solid body, इन दो layers की जो relative velocity होगी, that needs to be 0 in order to satisfy the no slip condition. In this case, जो हमने consider किया है, the velocity of our free surface, it is 0. Therefore, the layer just above the solid layer is the velocity of that layer needs to be 0. ठीक. The velocity gradient exists in the region close to the boundary. ये हमने अभी देखा. Viscous shear stresses are decreasing and the velocity of flow is increasing on moving away from the surface in transverse direction. ये भी हमने देखा. The boundary layer is basically the locus of all the points at which the velocity of the flowing fluid approximately equals to the 0.99 times of free stream velocity. Okay. Now, how a full-fledged boundary layer develops over any flat plate. For suppose you have a free stream velocity, you have a fluid flowing with a free stream velocity of u infinity, and corresponding to that you have a solid surface and the velocity of this solid surface is 0. This solid surface is at rest. The first edge that comes in contact with the flowing fluid, which is flowing at the free stream velocity, the first edge that comes in contact is known as the leading edge. Leading edge. दिस इज द लीडिंग एज. ये पॉइंट नहीं है, ये स्क्रीन के इनर प्लेन में जो स्क्रीन के अंदर एक्सेस जा रहा है, उस एक्सेस के करस्पॉन्डिंग भी इसका एक डायमेंशन है. और आप देख इमेजिन कर पाएंगे कि अगर मैं ये पॉइंट ड्रॉ कर रहा हूं तो ये एक्चुअल में एक स्ट्रेट लाइन होगी एज फॉर्म में. ओके, सो दिस इज द लीडिंग एज. द पॉइंट of the leading edge which comes in the first contact of the flowing fluid, the velocity of that is approximately equal to 0 in order to satisfy no slip condition. Now, over a flat plate, if we plot all the points of the boundary layer, we will get a plot like this, in which if we see a little bit, the boundary layer can be classified into 3 regions. The velocities, for suppose from the leading edge, if you consider any distance x, which is the distance of the leading edge in the flow direction, which is also known as the characteristic dimension. And depending upon this characteristic dimension, if you obtain the Reynolds number of the flowing fluid, then we can classify the flowing fluid under 3 categories, whether the flow is laminar, turbulent, or transition. So, Reynolds number at any distance x can be calculated using the formula rho u infinity x divided by mu. And we know that for a flat surface, the critical Reynolds number, that is the Reynolds number at which the flow changes from laminar to turbulent, it is 5 into 10 raised to the power 5. If the Reynolds number obtained is less than the critical Reynolds number, then the flow inside the boundary layer is a laminar flow. And if the Reynolds number comes out to be more than the critical Reynolds number, then the flow is known as the turbulent flow. Similarly, depending upon this Reynolds number, which is further dependent on the characteristic dimension x, if you plot the various points of the boundary layer, we obtained three regions. First is the laminar flow region, second is the transition region, and third is the turbulent region. अभी भी definition same है, and according to the definition, still in the laminar region, the flow will be taking in the layers because of the less Reynolds number. Still, there is no intermixing in this laminar region. The two layers of the flowing fluid do not intermix with each other. Whereas in turbulent region, there is entire mixing and the formation of eddies, due to which huge amount of turbulence is created in this region. Similarly, in the transition region, there is a somewhat mixing of the flowing fluid. Still not completely, but still there's somewhat mixing of the flowing fluid. Whereas in the turbulent region, the entire region is under complete mixing because of the eddies formation. These are the various eddies formed under turbulent region. Experimentally, it has been found out that in the turbulent region of the boundary layer, there exists a small region where the flow is still laminar and the velocity gradient exists in this small layer. This small layer at which the flow is somewhat laminar is known as laminar sublayer. This has been found out experimentally. In the turbulent region of the boundary layer, there exists a small region of at which the flow is laminar, and this place is known as laminar sublayer. Okay. So depending upon the Reynolds number, the flow under boundary layer can be classified into three regions. The first one is laminar region, second is transition region, and third one is the turbulent region. It only depends upon what is the Reynolds number existing of the flowing fluid. For a flat plate, the critical Reynolds number is 5 into 10 raised to the power 5, and critical Reynolds number is a Reynolds number at which the flow converts from laminar to turbulent. Moving on. Experimentally, it is found that flow in boundary region is laminar. As the boundary region grows, instability in flows occurs and flow changes from laminar to turbulent through transition. ये हमने अभी देखा. Now there are different types of thicknesses that we need to understand. First thickness is known as the boundary layer thickness. Means at any distance x from the leading edge, at any distance x from the leading edge, what is the thickness of the boundary layer? Actual thickness means the distance from this solid surface at which the velocity of flowing fluid approximately equals to the 0.99 times of u infinity. For that, you need to know about the velocity gradient, and knowing about the velocity gradient, you can simply equate this u is equals to 0.99 times of u infinity in order to obtain the value of delta. At y is equals to delta, u is equals to 0.99 times of u infinity. आपको यहाँ पे u, that is the velocity gradient existing, इससे related भी data question में दिया होगा, and u infinity will also be given. You need to equate these two in order to obtain the value of delta. Okay, simple as that. यहाँ से आपको वो thickness मिल जाएगी which is the thickness of the boundary layer at any distance x from the leading edge. So this is known as the boundary layer thickness, denoted by delta. सेकेंड थिकनेस इज नोन एज द डिस्प्लेसमेंट थिकनेस। सबसे पहले इसकी डेफिनेशन देखेंगे, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय डिस्प्लेसमेंट थिकनेस। उसके बाद इसको समझेंगे कि ये एक्चुअली में होता क्या है। अच्छा, डेफिनेशन देखने के पहले थोड़ा आप इसको, इस कंडीशन को समझिए कि जहां ये एनालिसिस पूरा हो रहा है। So let us assume a unit width of flow. This inside width is unity. ठीक, ये जो फ्लो का डायरेक्शन है, दिस डायरेक्शन ऑफ फ्लो इज द इज इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द प्लेट। जैसी प्लेट रखी हुई है ये वो डायरेक्शन है। If the fluid is flowing with a free stream, then the amount of fluid that is passing through any section whose depth is delta, and width is 1, the amount of fluid passing through this area, ये जो एरिया आप देख पा रहे हैं 1 into डेल्टा का, इस पूरे एरिया से जो फ्लूइड पास करेगा, इट्स वैल्यू विल बी द अमाउंट ऑफ फ्लूइड पासिंग थ्रू दिस सेक्शन पर यूनिट टाइम, जिसको हम मास फ्लो रेट भी बोलते हैं, डिनोटेड बाय एम डॉट। इट विल बी रो टाइम्स डेल्टा into 1 multiplied by the free stream velocity, that is u infinity. Similarly, if you have a velocity gradient like this, at which the topmost velocity is u and you have a zero velocity at its bottom, and we see a velocity gradient in this fashion, and the thickness of this surface is delta and this width is 1, then the mass flow rate of this surface, we need to calculate this. At the mass flow rate in the absence of boundary layer, it will be integration of 0 to delta dy into 1 into u infinity. Similarly, the mass flow rate in the absence, in the presence of boundary layer, it is 0 integration 0 to delta rho dy into 1, which is the area, and u is the velocity. We can clearly see this, that there is some reduction in the mass flow rate. अगर फ्री स्ट्रीम वेलोसिटी से मूव कर रही होती चीजें, देन द मास फ्लो रेट हैड बीन मोर। अगर आप इन दो एंटिटी को, से दिस इज एंटिटी ए एंड दिस इज एंटिटी बी, if you subtract these two entity, you will going to observe some changes in the mass flow rate. तो इसी को हम कैलकुलेट करेंगे यहाँ पे। So it will be integration 0 to delta rho u infinity minus u into dy. So this is the reduction in the mass flow rate. Now, in order to maintain the continuity equation, we need to satisfy this mass flow rate. So the amount of thickness needed for this compensation, in order to maintain the continuity equation, compensation in mass flow rate will be rho delta star 1 into u infinity. Say this is equation number 2 and this is equation number 1. Equating 1 and 2, we obtained u infinity into rho into delta star into 1, which is equal to integration 0 to delta rho u infinity minus u into dy. Here this delta star is known as the displacement thickness. This delta star is known as the displacement thickness. और इसको आप कैसे समझेंगे? इट इज द कंपनसेशन थिकनेस विच इज रिक्वायर्ड टू मेंटेन द कंटिन्यूटी इक्वेशन। यहां आप देख पा रहे हैं कि अगर फ्री स्ट्रीम वेलोसिटी है, द मास फ्लो रेट इज मोर, बट इफ द वेलोसिटी ग्रेडियंट इज एग्जिस्टिंग, देन द मास फ्लो रेट इज रिड्यूस्ड बाय सर्टेन अमाउंट। In order to compensate that mass flow rate, we need to have some additional thickness, and that thickness is known as the displacement thickness. And the value of displacement thickness can be calculated using delta star is equals to integration of 0 to delta rho into 1 minus u upon u infinity into dy. So this is about the displacement thickness. अब definition क्या बोलती है वो भी हम देख लेंगे. According to the definition, delta thickness is defined as the distance measured. It is defined as the distance measured perpendicular to the boundary of solid body at which the boundary should be displaced to compensate for the reduction in mass flow rate. जितना भी मास फ्लो रेट रिड्यूस हुआ है बिकॉज ऑफ दिस वेलोसिटी ग्रेडियंट, उसको कंपनसेट करने के लिए द एडिशनल अमाउंट ऑफ थिकनेस दैट वी रिक्वायर इन ऑर्डर टू मेंटेन द कंटिन्यूटी इक्वेशन इज नोन एज द डिस्प्लेसमेंट थिकनेस. आप ये दो डायग्राम से क्लियरली देख पा रहे होंगे कि व्हेन द फ्लूइड इज मूविंग विद अ फ्री स्ट्रीम वेलोसिटी u infinity, the mass flow rate is rho into say dy into 1 into u infinity. But whereas if the velocity gradient is existing, then the amount of fluid passing through this section dy into 1, say this is dy, this is the dy strip, this dy into 1, the mass flow rate passing through this strip will be, say this velocity is u, it will be rho dy into 1 into u. अगर आपको एंटायर सेक्शन के लिए निकालना है तो यू नीड टू इंटीग्रेट फ्रॉम 0 टू डेल्टा. यू विल गेट द मास फ्लो रेट ऑफ द एंटायर सेक्शन, and clearly we can observe that the mass flow rate of this section at which the velocity gradient is existing is sure shortly less than the mass flow rate of a section at which the velocity is constant through its entire depth. In order to compensate about this reduced mass flow rate, we need to consider some additional thickness in the transverse direction. मतलब ये जो surface है, if this is the surface, इस surface के transverse direction में, this is the transverse direction from the surface, we need to consider some additional thickness. Say if यहाँ तक we have a velocity gradient and this depth is delta, in order to compensate the mass flow rate, we need to consider additional depth or thickness, which is known as the displacement thickness delta star. And in this entire thickness, the velocity of the flowing fluid is same as free stream velocity, that is u infinity. यहाँ पे भी अगर आप velocity gradient देखेंगे तो topmost point में the velocity is u stream, u free stream velocity, that is u infinity. ये topmost point की velocity है. Okay. So hopefully displacement thickness is very much clear. Moving on to the another thickness, which is known as the momentum thickness. मोमेंटम थिकनेस भी इसी प्रिंसिपल में चलेगी कि अगर वेलोसिटी ग्रेडियंट एग्जिस्ट करता है तो देयर विल बी सम लॉस इन मोमेंटम बिकॉज ऑफ द लॉस इन मास फ्लो रेट. In order to compensate that momentum or lost momentum, we need to consider some additional thickness in order to conserve momentum of the flowing fluid. That additional thickness that we consider in order to compensate the momentum is known as the momentum thickness. So momentum thickness is defined as the distance measured. It is the distance measured perpendicular to the solid body by which the boundary should be displaced to compensate for the reduction in momentum per second of the flowing fluid. ठीक. The direct formula for calculating the momentum thickness theta is equals to integration 0 to delta u upon u infinity in bracket 1 minus u upon u infinity into dy. अब कैलकुलेट कैसे करते हैं मोमेंटम थिकनेस ये देख लीजिए. फॉर सपोज यू हैव अ सरफेस लाइक दिस and over this surface you have a velocity gradient in this fashion up to the thickness of delta. Consider the unit width of the solid body. Considering the unit width of the solid body, then the mass flowing through any width, suppose consider this strip of dy, and the velocity at this point is u. So the amount of mass that will be flowing through this entire region of dy into 1, this mass flow rate from this strip is dm dot is equals to rho dy into 1 into u, which is the velocity of flow. If momentum per second is calculated in the absence of boundary layer, means there is no velocity gradient existing and the velocity of the flowing fluid is u infinity. The velocity of the flowing fluid is u infinity, and there is no velocity gradient existing in this layer. This is the dy depth, this is dy, and this thickness inside the board, it is 1. अगर आप इस पूरे एरिया से मास फ्लो रेट निकालना चाहेंगे इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ बाउंड्री लेयर, दैट विल बी सिंपली dm डॉट इंटू u इंफिनिटी. अगर आप इस एंटायर सेक्शन का निकालना चाहेंगे ऑफ डेल्टा थिकनेस, देन यू नीड टू इंटीग्रेट दिस. सो इंटीग्रेशन 0 टू डेल्टा रो dy into 1 small u into u infinity. This will be the mass flow rate of the entire section. Second, momentum per second of the fluid in the presence of boundary layer. This can be calculated as integration 0 to delta mass flow rate multiplied by the existing velocity of the flowing fluid, that is u. So mass flow rate per second, or I should say momentum per second of the fluid in the presence of boundary layer is equals to 0 to delta rho dy into 1 u into u. Subtracting the momentum, we will get the reduction in momentum per second. Reduction in momentum per second is equals to, इन दोनों को subtract कर दीजिए. Say this is A and this is B. इन दोनों को subtract कर दीजिए. You will going to have the reduction in momentum, that is integration 0 to delta rho small u infinity minus u into dy. In order to compensate this momentum per second flow of the flowing fluid, we need to consider some additional thickness, and that thickness is known as the momentum thickness. So by definition, we will going to calculate this momentum thickness. So we have considered additional thickness of theta, whose depth is 1, or I should say width is 1, and the velocity of the flowing fluid is u infinity. So this is the compensation that we need to calculate. So compensation in momentum per second, in order to compensate for the reduced momentum, it is equals to theta into 1 into rho into u infinity into u infinity. So this is the basically the mass flowing per second, or I should say mass flow rate multiplied by the velocity of flow. So that will going to give us the momentum per second of the flowing fluid. Now equating 1 and 2, the reduction in momentum per second, name this as equation number 1, and the compensation in momentum per second, name it as equation number 2. Equating 1 and 2, we can say theta is equals to integration this reduction in momentum per second, name it as equation number 1, and the compensation in momentum per second, name it as equation number 2. Equating 1 and 2, we can obtain the momentum thickness, that is theta is equals to integration 0 to delta u upon u infinity into 1 minus u upon u infinity into dy. So this is the basically compensated momentum corresponding to which we have calculated the momentum thickness. Next, In order to compensate for the kinetic energy, we need to calculate the kinetic energy thickness. Kinetic energy thickness is given by delta 2 star. The similar definition of kinetic energy thickness is it is defined as the distance measured perpendicular to the boundary of the solid body by which the boundary should be displaced to compensate for the reduced kinetic energy per second of the flowing fluid. Similar case है जैसे momentum calculate किया था of the flowing fluid. Similarly, we're going to calculate the kinetic energy. So for a velocity profile shown in the diagram, if you consider any section or not a section, just consider this flat plate, and over this flat plate consider a strip of thickness dy. Say this is a strip of thickness dy. The velocity at this strip is u and its inner width say 1. So the mass flow rate through this strip dm dot is equals to rho dy into 1 into u. So the kinetic energy per second in the absence of boundary layer. Absence of boundary layer से सिर्फ इतना फर्क पड़ता है कि जो भी velocity अब आप कंसिडर करेंगे that will be u infinity. मास फ्लो रेट सेम रहेगा. मास फ्लो रेट में आप स्मॉल u कंसिडर करेंगे, but the velocity that you are going to consider in order to calculate the kinetic energy, it needs to be the free stream velocity. So the kinetic energy per second in the absence of boundary layer is simply half mv square. Half mv square is the kinetic energy. When we talk about fluids, we consider mass flow rate, that is m dot v square. So integration 0 to delta dm dot upon 2 into u infinity square. Dm dot we know, dm dot की value रख दीजिए. Rho dy into 1 into u divided by 2. This is the dm dot divided by 2 into u infinity. So this is the kinetic energy per second in the absence of boundary layer. Now, in the presence of boundary layer, kinetic energy per second can be calculated as integration 0 to delta dm dot upon u square. This is the actual velocity, the velocity at which the velocity gradient is existing. So, keeping the values of dm dot, integration 0 to delta rho dy into 1 into u into small u square upon 2. So, this is the kinetic energy per second of the flowing fluid in the presence of boundary layer. Now we going to calculate the reduction in kinetic energy per second. Subtract कर दीजिए. Reduction in kinetic energy per second is the difference of these two terms, that is the kinetic energy in the presence of oxygen, presence of boundary layer, and the kinetic energy in the absence of boundary layer. So यहाँ से difference जब आप calculate करेंगे, you need to obtain the value integration 0 to delta half rho dy into u in brackets u infinity square minus u square. Say it as equation number 1. This is the reduction in kinetic energy because of the existing velocity gradient. In order to compensate this reduced kinetic energy, we need to consider an additional thickness of the freely flowing fluid flowing with the free stream velocity, and that corresponding thickness is known as the kinetic thickness delta 2 star. So compensation in kinetic energy per second is equals to half rho delta 2 star into 1 into free stream velocity u. This is the mass flow rate multiplied by the u infinity square, that is the velocity. So this is the compensated kinetic energy. In order to calculate this compensated thickness delta 2 star, which is the kinetic energy thickness, we need to equate equation number 1 with equation number 2. So this, in this expression, this is basically the mass flow rate. इसमें मैं 1/2 को नहीं कंसिडर करूंगा. So this is basically the mass flow rate and this is the velocity. तो जब कभी भी आपको काइनेटिक एनर्जी निकालना होता है, it is simply half mv square. And we talk about fluid, we go for mass flow rate. Similarly, whenever we need to calculate the momentum is equals to m into v. But whenever we consider the fluid, we go for mass flow rate, that is the mass flowing per second. सो जो भी हमने कैलकुलेट किया है, यहाँ पे भी हमने काइनेटिक एनर्जी पर सेकंड कैलकुलेट करी है, and momentum per second we have calculated just because of this mass flow rate, which is m dot. Now in order to calculate the compensated kinetic energy, we need to equate equation 1 with equation 2. So final expression of the kinetic energy thickness we will obtain as delta 2 star is equals to integration 0 to delta u upon u infinity in brackets 1 minus u square upon u infinity square into dy. So in the problems, we're going to use these all thicknesses, and we also need to calculate different thickness if asked in any problem. So hopefully things are clear up to this point, and the boundary layer concept is very much clear with you people. If you have any doubt related to boundary layer theory or any kind of thickness, just post it in the comment box. Thank you for listening patiently. Thank you so much.